For your entire school career, you've heard teachers and educators in general tell you that you need to learn stuff so you can get a job. You'll need to know this in college. You'll make more money. High school graduates earn over $1 million more in their lifetime than those who don't graduate. How are you going to pay the bills? I kid, but we have, as a public school system, almost exclusively relied on extrinsic motivators to tell you why you should learn stuff in school. And so today I want to try something totally radical and propose that maybe it's good to learn stuff because it just directly makes your life better and more pleasurable, which is an obvious reason to do something. You don't really need to explain to me why I should eat a banana, because a banana is just delicious and I'll eat it because it's good. I don't need another reason. I don't need an incentive aside from that I enjoy it. So, I think you should learn stuff for exactly the same reason. It's enjoyable. I want to tell you a story very briefly. For me, briefly. I was playing golf a few years ago with a friend. We were both about 35 years old, and we were getting off on the first tee, and I said, hey, it is the season for the chicken of the woods mushroom, so if you see a giant traffic cone orange bracket fungus on an oak tree, let me know. It's a super desirable edible mushroom. And my friend says to me, at the age of 35, which ones are the oak trees? And it shocked me in this moment. To think that my friend who actually lived on this golf course his entire childhood didn't know which trees were the oak trees, which is virtually all of them. But it just made me think that when this person sees the woods, they experience it as a monolith. Now the word monolith, mono means one, and lith actually means rock. But a single thing, a sort of undistinguished block of trees, is what my friend experiences when he sees or goes into the woods. Now I think that going hiking or going into the woods deliberately and being able to pick apart the various species of trees and seeing which ones have symbiotic relationships and live near one another, and which ones belong in the understory, and which ones create the canopy, and which ones hug the river, and which ones are friends with certain mushrooms, makes the whole experience of being in the woods, far richer and more pleasurable than if you just see it as trees. I really could talk about this forever, but before we head out today, the last thing I want to say to you is that for me personally, being in nature just gives me a feeling that I don't get elsewhere. Even, wonderful architecture that's made by people just doesn't move me in the same way that, a mountain or a river or wild animals do. There's just something about it that's satisfying, and I don't exactly fully understand what it is, and I'm not sure that I need to, but I know that I enjoy it, and I hope that while you're out today in the park, even though we're not deep in the wilderness, that you can kind of feel, kind of like you're in the wild, and maybe you can have this experience of just being still, paying attention, and noticing all of the different neat natural things that are there. So the very very last thing I'll leave you with is a quote from a song that I know that Miss Fry and I both like quite a bit. It's from the Avett Brothers. And the lyric says, and it's a love song, and it's actually called January Wedding. And the lyric goes, she knows which birds are singing in the names of the trees where they're performing in the morning. And that is one of my favorite song lines of all time, because I appreciate that skill in a person. And so do they, apparently. Have fun today. Enjoy nature. Learn about some trees. And then have a great weekend. Long weekend.